Once upon a time, in a realm high above the clouds, there lived a princess named Seraphina, known as the Princess of the Seven Heavens. Her beauty was unparalleled, yet it was her kindness and courage that made her beloved by every creature in the skies. Seraphina's home floated among the stars, a palace made entirely of crystal that shimmered with the light of 1,000 suns. The seven heavens stretched beyond the horizon, each a different realm of magic, mystery, and wonder. Every heaven had its own guardian, and each was sealed by a magical gate that only the pure of heart could open. From a young age, Seraphina was fascinated by the stories of the seven gates. Legends spoke of treasures beyond imagination, wisdom that could change the world, and secrets that even the gods themselves kept hidden. But her father, the king of the skies, had forbidden anyone from attempting to pass through the gates, fearing the dangers that lay beyond. Yet, Seraphina's heart burned with curiosity. One twilight, as the twin moons bathed the palace in silver light, she whispered to herself, "I must see what lies beyond the seven gates. I must understand the truth of our heavens." The next morning, she packed a small satchel with enchanted bread, a vial of starlight water, and a crystal compass that pointed toward the heart's desire. She wore her flowing silver gown, adorned with sapphire threads, and her long black hair was tied with a ribbon of moonlight. Her eyes sparkled like the first star of evening. As she stepped onto the palace balcony, the wind swirled around her, as if acknowledging her courage. The first gate shimmered in the distance, suspended in the sky like a portal of liquid light. Its guardian, a phoenix named Ignis, descended with wings blazing, eyes filled with both warning and wonder. "Princess Seraphina," Ignis's voice rang like a chime, "the path you seek is filled with trials. Only those who understand love, sacrifice, and truth may pass." Seraphina bowed gracefully. "I am ready, Ignis. I seek not treasures, but understanding." With a nod, Ignis unfurled his fiery wings and allowed her to approach. The gate pulsed with a rhythm that matched her heartbeat. As she touched it, a surge of warmth filled her, and in a blink, she was transported to the first heaven. The first heaven was a land of endless gardens. Flowers bloomed in colors unseen by mortal eyes, and streams of liquid crystal meandered through the valleys. Here, Seraphina encountered the first challenge, a grove of trees that whispered doubts and fears. Each tree would speak the deepest insecurities of any traveler who dared to enter. Seraphina felt her heart tighten as the trees murmured, "You are not ready. You are too young. You will fail." But she closed her eyes, breathed deeply, and repeated, "I am not afraid. I trust in the courage within me." The trees fell silent, bowing their branches as if acknowledging her bravery. A golden key appeared at the center of the grove, floating above a crystalline pedestal. This key, she knew, would unlock the gate to the second heaven. Upon reaching the second gate, Seraphina was met by a guardian unlike any she had ever seen, a giant serpent made of wind, whose scales shimmered with the colors of sunset. Its voice was both a hiss and a melody. "To enter the second heaven," it said, "you must relinquish what you hold most dear." Seraphina thought of her father, the palace, and the comfort of the skies she had known. Yet she understood the serpent's wisdom. She let go of her fear, her desire for certainty, and even her longing for recognition. As she did, the serpent coiled gently around her, lifting her through the gate into the second heaven. The second heaven was a realm of floating islands and silver waterfalls. Here, she met the second guardian, a gentle unicorn named Luminera. Luminera's horn glowed with the power of truth. "You have entered the heaven of reflection," said Luminera. "To pass, you must face the truth of your heart." Seraphina was shown visions of herself, moments of pride, moments of envy, moments of doubt. She realized she had sometimes judged others too quickly, had envied what she could not have, and had feared failure. With tears in her eyes, she accepted all of herself, both the flaws and the virtues. The unicorn nodded, leaving behind a silver feather. This feather opened the way to the third heaven. The third gate shimmered into view. Its guardian was a mighty dragon whose scales reflected the night sky. The dragon roared, shaking the heavens. To enter, the dragon demanded, "You must show courage beyond fear." Seraphina faced visions of storms, chasms, and shadows that sought to engulf her. Yet, each step she took, each leap across invisible bridges, proved her bravery. She sang a song of hope, and the dragon, moved by her unwavering heart, bowed. A key of moonstone appeared, unlocking the path to the fourth heaven. The fourth heaven was an ocean in the clouds. Islands floated on mist, and luminous fish swam through the air. Here, she met a mermaid guardian, whose tail shimmered with opals and whose eyes held the depth of ancient wisdom. To proceed, the mermaid said, "You must choose compassion over desire." Seraphina encountered a lost child in the clouds, crying for help. She had the chance to use magic to bypass the task, but instead, she carried the child safely across the floating islands, ignoring her own exhaustion. The mermaid rewarded her with a pearl that glowed with a soft inner light, granting passage to the fifth heaven. The fifth heaven was a realm of eternal twilight, with mountains of crystal and rivers of light. Here, Seraphina faced her greatest trial, a mirror maze that reflected not just her image but the potential of her future. Each reflection tempted her, promises of power, of eternal beauty, of influence over the seven heavens. But Seraphina remembered the lessons of the previous gates: courage, truth, compassion, and she ignored the illusions. Her focus remained on her journey, and the mirror maze dissolved, revealing the fifth gate, guarded by a wise old griffin. "Knowledge alone is not enough," the griffin said. "You must demonstrate wisdom." A puzzle of stars appeared, each star representing a choice she had to make. One wrong decision would send her plummeting into the void. Carefully, Seraphina aligned the stars according to what she knew of justice, empathy, and logic. The griffin clapped his wings, and the gate to the sixth heaven opened. The sixth heaven was the realm of memories. Seraphina saw the lives of every creature she had met, every act of kindness and cruelty, every moment of joy and sorrow. She realized that her journey had changed not only her, but the heavens themselves. Here, the guardian was a giant owl named Aurealis, whose eyes reflected the cosmos. To enter the final heaven, Aurealis said, "You must show sacrifice. Give up what you think defines you." Seraphina's identity, her title, her wealth, her beauty, all could be laid aside. With a deep breath, she let go of everything, leaving only her spirit, her compassion, and her courage. The owl's wings lifted her, and she was carried through the seventh gate. The seventh heaven was unlike any other. It was a realm of pure light, where the skies themselves sang, and stars danced in joy. Here, the ultimate guardian awaited. The spirit of the heavens, a being of radiant energy. "You have passed the trials of all seven gates," the spirit said. "You have shown courage, truth, compassion, wisdom, and sacrifice. You are worthy of the knowledge of the heavens." The spirit bestowed upon Seraphina the celestial crown, which granted understanding of the universe and the ability to bring harmony to all realms. She could see the connections between all life, the balance of light and dark, joy and sorrow. Seraphina returned to her palace, but she was no longer just a princess. She was a guardian of the heavens, a beacon of hope, and a keeper of wisdom. The seven gates remained, but now she could open them to guide others who were pure of heart. Her adventures through the seven magical gates became legend. Travelers from distant realms sought her guidance. Creatures of all kinds came to learn from her, and the heavens flourished with harmony, magic, and love. Seraphina often stood upon her palace balcony, gazing at the gates she had passed, remembering the lessons each had taught her. She knew that true power was not in dominion or riches, but in understanding, kindness, and courage. And so, the princess of the seven heavens lived, not as a ruler above others, but as a light that guided the world, a bridge between dreams and reality, and a symbol of what it truly meant to be pure of heart. Her story was told across realms, whispered in the winds, sung by the stars, and remembered for all eternity. A tale of a princess who dared to pass through the seven magical gates and emerged as a true guardian of the heavens. And every night, when the moons rose and the stars twinkled, children would look up and dream, knowing that courage, kindness, and wisdom could open even the most magical of doors.